Tesla is doing a price increase. There's also a price decrease. I'll get into that as well. Tesla has increased the price of the Model Y 7-seat option by $500 to $3,000 in the US. And the 7-seat Model Y option has returned to Canada. It's only available on the long range for 4,000 Canadian dollars. Here are the exact price changes. And Troy explains what's happening. Model Y demand was good in Q4 with the 8,000 yuan insurance promotion, which is now gone. Therefore, Model Y standard range costs practically the same after this 7,500 yuan drop. Model 3 standard range demand was average because buyers did not like that it was only $704 cheaper than Model Y standard range. Now the gap is $1,830. And here are the price changes in US dollars. The refresh Model 3 was cut as well. It was not just the Model Y. Tesla China Model Y long-range price is now the same as before the upgraded Model 3 came out. Likely we are going to see more Model 3 sales in China, which could also result in some fewer Model Y sales as well. Because earlier, the people that would have bought a Model 3 just chose to buy a Model Y because the prices were almost the same. Gary estimates that Tesla analysts will cut Tesla's earnings for this year, the estimates, by about $1 billion. Gary says we will cut our own 2024 earnings projections from $4.20 to $3.90. We assume no incremental volume growth since Tesla's Chinese competitors are likely to match the Tesla price cut, similar to what happened last year. And Gary expected, then he saw the price cuts yesterday, that Tesla stock will drop today, which is exactly what's happening so far as I'm recording. But the logistics expert Jeff Lutz disagrees with Gary's take. This would be a really uninformed take by analysts, as this is a unique situation. Model 3 China is in Q2 of its life ramping, and that first quarter has very high cost of goods sold for minimal utilization, bringing the product up the ramp curve. So the GA costs are very large and lumpy inbound logistics, bringing all the new parts in. Given the 50% reuse, they will hit peak utilization probably this quarter or next, taking huge chunks of cost of goods sold out. The 2 to 6% versus the RAM quarter would be pretty doable. If this were the old Model 3, I would be more agreeable with a margin cut. Devil's in the detail, but Tesla has been on the underside of every GM call the last 5 quarters. So that's the Model 3, and I think that take is generally right. But how about the Model Y? The Model Y has been around for a long time. And the thing about it is, Tesla increased prices a few times by a little bit for the Model Y. So this price cut sort of just cancels out these price increases. James, though, says too early to say what the impact is of Tesla China cuts because Tesla was already selling at least half of their vehicles with some sort of inventory discount for most of 2023. Offsetting this on the cost side is massive deflation in battery costs, as Chinese battery manufacturers have a glut of supply and excess capacity. Net, I don't think tonight's modest price change will impact Shanghai Auto margins much on a year-over-year basis. Some will say that the problem will be that, okay, we had inventory discounts before, now we had a price cut, but what keeps Tesla from just still doing inventory discounts? Gary also replied back to Jeff, saying that 90% of China Model Y volume is the rear-wheel drive trim. Price is now lower than Q3. Model Y long range is only 5% of Tesla's volume. Wall Street is worried that there will be more cuts following the pattern of 2022 and 2023. And yeah, if you look at the Model Y rear-wheel drive, we will see that the prices right now are lower than they were in the beginning of Q3, which would be this price here. They were increased in the middle-ish of Q4, and then now they got decreased. If you look at the Model Y long range, we will see a somewhat, the situation is that the price is exactly the same as it was in the beginning of Q4.